ஓம் பிரபன்னபாரிஜாதாய தோத்ரவேத்ரைகபாணயே ஞானமுத்ராய கிருஷ்ணாய கீதாமிருததுஹே நமஹ. யோகினாமபி சர்வேஷாம் மத்கதேனாந்தராத்மனா ஸ்ரத்தாவான் பஜதே யோ மாம் சமே யுக்ததமோ மதஹ. Having explained the greatness of yoga, Bhagavan Shri Krishna presents one more point which sows the seed for further discussion in the next chapter. With the shloka, he concludes this chapter. He says, Sarvesham yoginam api, means among all the dhyana yogis, api madgatena antaratmana. Antaratmana means by the mind, antahkaranena. Antaratmana, one who knows my real nature very well. Yaha madgatena antaratmana bhajate, one who is focusing his mind on me. Here he means focusing the mind on Ishvara Swarupa. Ishvara Swarupam is Sagunam and Nirgunam. Just as we have a body and we are different from the body. We seem to be limited by a form, but are actually limitless. Similarly, the God whom we worship is also limited by a larger, greater boundary, and also limitless or boundless. The common nature of Jiva and of Ishvara is Param Brahma. This is the essence of Advaita Siddhanta. Just as the words ocean and waves are superimposed on water, the words Ishvara and Jiva are superimposed on pure consciousness. This is the essence of Advaita Siddhanta. Bhagavan Shri Krishna is teaching that here. The chapters that follow explain the Saguna and Nirguna nature of Ishvara, the God with form and the formless God. So, Bhagavan explains here that it is not just enough to know the nature of the Atma, which explains Tvam-pada as pure consciousness, as the whole absolute reality. It is very important to know the oneness of Jiva and Ishvara. Keeping that in mind, Shri Krishna says, Yaha madgatena antaratmana bhajate. This needs an eligibility which is Shraddha. Shraddha is of two types. Initially, we consider ourselves as Jivatma and Bhagavan as Paramatma. I should not commit sins, I should do punya, I am born to do good for this world. Living with those kind of thoughts is one kind of Shraddha. Then the second type of Shraddha is to understand Advaita Tattva, that there is only one, and that the seeming duality of this world is only an act of Maya. We need Shraddha or faith in both angles. It is not adequate to have only one of these two kinds of Shraddha. When we start the lessons, we need the first kind of Shraddha. As we proceed to more advanced lessons, we need in-depth Shraddha to accept the teachings. One who has such Shraddha, Saha Yuktatamaha Me Mataha. Such a yogi is the greatest amongst yogis. This is my teaching and my view. This is the essence of the scriptures. So, it's not enough to know that the nature of Jiva is pure consciousness. Everybody's nature is pure consciousness. Ishvara's nature is pure consciousness. One who knows this and meditates upon this as Nididhyasana is the greatest yogi. He is the one who understands moksha. It is very important for us to understand Bhagavan's teaching in this shloka. With this, we come to the end of this chapter. In this chapter, Bhagavan taught Karma Yoga to be the Bahiranga Sadhana, an equanimous life and Atma Vishwasa, faith in oneself. Specific disciplines to be followed for doing dhyana, such as the ideal place and seat for meditation. The subject matter and nature of dhyana, the benefits of dhyana, the obstacles faced in doing dhyana, and the means to overcome them. Answer to what happens if one is not successful in dhyana. The greatness of dhyana, the depth and subtlety of dhyana, and that meditation should be done with Ishvara Jnana or the knowledge of God. We conclude this chapter titled Dhyana Yoga or Atma Samyama Yoga, which serves as Nididhyasana. Yoginamapi sarvesham madgatena antaratmana Shraddhavan bhajate yo mam same yukta tamo mataha. Let us proceed to learn the Purti Vakya. Om Tat Sat iti Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishnarjuna Samvade Dhyana Yogo Nama Shashthodhyayaha. In this Bhagavad Gita Shastra, which is the essence of the Upanishads, which teaches Brahma Vidya, which bestows maturity of mind, being a Yoga Shastra, which is in the form of a dialogue between Bhagavan Sri Krishna and Arjuna, we conclude this 6th chapter of Dhyana Yoga. Shri Krishnarpanamastu. We say Om Tat Sat to remove any error in recitation or in meaning. We have been able to learn this chapter continually by the grace of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. I pray that Bhagavan Sri Krishna bless us bountifully to learn these shlokas repeatedly, to understand its meaning well, to meditate well, and to enjoy the benefits of moksha. My prayerful blessings and best wishes to all of you. Hari Om.